Hi everyone, and welcome to a special video version of the Ringside View. I'm giving you a WrestleMania review and a Raw review as well. So we'll get started with WrestleMania. Bear in mind, I'm going to go off the top of my head here because I kind of can't be bothered trying to look up all the results. So I'm just going to go with my opinions of WrestleMania and maybe run down a few of the matches. Okay, so first for the night we had Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. For those of you who don't know, Sheamus won, becoming the World Heavyweight Champion, which I did not pick in my predictions. I picked Daniel Bryan, so right off the bat I was wrong. Daniel Bryan lost the title in 18 seconds, I believe it was. Sheamus wins with the bro kick after the bell had rung and Bryan had tried to get a ringside kiss from his girlfriend AJ, and as he turned around, received the bro kick for the 1-2-3. Following that match, if I remember correctly, and I may be wrong, it was Randy Orton and Kane. That match was a fairly decent match, went back and forth. To my surprise, and maybe a lot of other people, Kane actually pulled off the victory with a chokeslam from the second rope. I again did not pick Kane. I picked Randy Orton, thinking, they wouldn't let Randy Orton lose on the card, being a WrestleMania, but they did, and Kane walked off with the victory. And for those of you who didn't watch Raw, or haven't read it yet, or whatever, Kane and Randy Orton is going to be a rematch on SmackDown this week. So probably look for Randy Orton to win that one. Okay, next match. I believe after that it was Big Show and Cody Rhodes for the IC title. Now this one actually made me happy because I actually got it right. Big Show wins to become the new Intercontinental Champion and to finally have his losing streak abolished at WrestleMania, and he also had his WrestleMania moment. Not much to say about this match. It was pretty much, you knew Big Show was going to win straight away. Cody got some offense in, but Big Show met it. And, weapon of mass destruction for the 1-2-3. How you'd expect it to go. Again, with Raw, they actually aired a segment where Big Show interrupted one of Cody's matches with a Cody Rhodes embarrassing WrestleMania moment involving getting knocked out by the Big Show. So that was okay. It was an alright match, and I was glad I actually got a pick right. Alright, the rest of the matches probably aren't going to be in any order or correct order, but I'll go ahead anyway. There was Triple H versus Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell match. Great match. In fact, my pick for match of the night. There was a lot of back and forth between Undertaker and Michaels and Triple H and Michaels, being as he was the referee. Triple H kept begging Michaels to end it, counting Taker out, because Triple H said if he didn't do it, Triple H would end it. And the same thing, later on in the match, Undertaker demolished Triple H with a chair, just kept hitting him, to the point Michaels was trying to stop Undertaker from using the chair. In the end, a defiant Triple H stood up, did the DX crutch chop to Undertaker to receive a sledgehammer to the side of the head, and then a tombstone pole driver for the 1-2-3, thus making Undertaker 20-0. The major point of this match was not even the match, it was the aftermath. Basically, Shawn Michaels helped Undertaker up. They hugged it out, and then both Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, after the celebration, picked up Triple H. The three of them hugged it out and walked to the backstage, making at least me, for instance, think that it might actually be the end of an era, and that at least Undertaker is not coming back, or Triple H, or maybe even both. So it could possibly be the end of an era. So we'll have to wait and see, but the match was easily the best match on the WrestleMania card. Sucks to say it, but it's true. Next match, the Divas match with Kelly and Maria Menounos, I think it is, and Eve and Beth Phoenix. Went pretty much the way I expected. Kelly and Maria won the match. Not much to point out here. There was a couple of fuck-ups. You get that with the Divas division, unfortunately. But for the pervs out there, it was, it's Divas. What can you say? Next match. Go with the WWE Championship, because my memory's going. You had CM Punk versus Jericho. Great back and forth. Nowhere near as good as I thought it would be. Maybe I hyped it up too much in my head. The end was actually pretty good. They went from the Anaconda Vice to rolling for a pin, and they kept going back and forth till eventually CM Punk made Chris Jericho tap to the Anaconda Vice, thus retaining his WWE Championship. So that was good. I didn't pick CM Punk. I picked Jericho because I was so sure Daniel Bryan was going to retain. So a bit of egg on my face on that part. But what can you do? And there's also the 6-on-6 tag match. Team Johnny versus Team Long. The winning team, that person would become the GM of both Raw and SmackDown. Team Johnny won, with The Miz getting the pin on Zack Ryder after a skull-crushing finale after interference from Eve. So yeah, Johnny is now the GM of both Raw and SmackDown, and we got to see some of him abusing his power a little bit on Raw, which I'll talk about in a minute. And for the final match of the card, from memory, The Rock versus John Cena. This match did not live up to the hype for me at all. It was quite boring at points. The only exciting part of the match came towards the end, where they were kicking out of the pins, like, the AA, the rock bottom, all that shit. Cena got cocky towards the end. Instead of doing the 5-knuckle shuffle, he decided to try for the people's elbow. As he was running across the ring, The Rock got up, hit him with the rock bottom for the 1, 2, 3, and yes, The Rock defeated John Cena at WrestleMania, which I also did not pick because I went with my head and not with my gut, and I'm regretting it now. So, to sum up, I think out of all the matches, I only got 3 right. So, for my first prediction blog or whatever, I didn't do too well, so I'm not too pleased, but what can you do? Anyway, we'll move on to Monday Night Raw, and so I'll just give you a short review because I did watch it, but it was streaming, so I may have missed a couple of things. Main points of Raw: The Rock came out at the start, not really bragging, but talking about his win over John Cena. Main point to bring out here is he was still funny as ever. Wasn't gloating too much. He did say, however, one thing he plans on doing is going for the WWE Championship sometime soon. So, who knows? They might actually go through with that and have Rock go for the title, which would be pretty cool. One last shot at the title is okay with me. Because of CM Punk mouthing off to John Laurinaitis at the start of the show as well. He was put in a match with Mark Henry for the WWE Championship. Basically, it was almost a squash match. Most of it, like, Henry was dominating CM Punk. The match ended up on a count-out. CM Punk was on the outside, couldn't make it to his feet before the 10. So he retains the championship but lost the match. Mark Henry wasn't too pleased, so yeah. There may be a rematch between the two, I don't know. But after the match was interesting. Jericho came out basically force-feeding Punk alcohol, because everyone knows that CM Punk is straight edge. I do straight edge like that because I'm not a big fan of the whole straight edge shit, long story short. So yeah, and then he also broke a bottle across the head of CM Punk. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do a rematch at Extreme Rules, but they haven't announced it yet. What else happened? Sheamus came out to talk about his win as the world champion. He was interrupted by the returning Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio basically telling Sheamus that they have a match on SmackDown this week, where the winner, if the winner is Del Rio, he will get a future World Heavyweight Championship match. So there's a good chance he'll win, and they'll have the match at Extreme Rules, unless they decide to go with a rematch with Bryan. But being as he lost in 18 seconds, I don't think that will happen. But we'll see. What else is there to talk about in terms of Raw? Who am I kidding? I might as well get it out of the way. Unless you've been living under a rock, you all know that Brock Lesnar has now returned. Cena came out pretty much saying he's sorry to the fans for losing to The Rock. He wanted to come congratulate The Rock, so he was calling The Rock out to congratulate him. He didn't get The Rock, he got Brock Lesnar. Lesnar circled the ring like a shark, like I said in my breaking news video. Sorry. And basically got in the ring, pretended to shake Cena's hand, and hit the F5 on John Cena. Main thing to note about this segment was it blew the roof off. People were chanting for Brock before he even came out, so when he did come out, the pop was huge. So, in terms of other matches on Raw, there was a US title match, triple threat. Yet Santino Marella defending the title against Swagger and Ziggler. Marella retained. Pretty much a basic triple threat, you know, two people teaming up and then turning on each other and thus causing them both to lose. So yeah, I can't remember much of the other matches. I know Kofi beat Cody Rhodes. Not too sure about the other stuff. All the main points I pretty much explained. So yeah, the past two wrestling shows, WrestleMania and Raw, good but not great. Brock Lesnar saved Raw for me. Raw was pretty much boring until that point. And they've already started talking about having The Rock versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at next year's WrestleMania. Because apparently Brock Lesnar has signed a 1-year contract. But I don't see it. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I haven't got much more to say about the reviews. So I'll leave it at that. I'll try and keep this going. I'll give you a SmackDown review when I watched it on Friday. So probably on Saturday I'll give you the review. But until then, I'll leave you to it. Probably post some video game related stuff later because I need to start getting more videos up in regards to my views on the video game industry and stuff. So I'll leave you to it and have a good one, guys.